Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Naruto made Android 18 his girlfriend? Part 3, subscribe if you enjoy the video, let's start the story. 17 and Piccolo continue to trade thunderous blows, shock waves of energy are releasing with every hit. Simultaneously both fighters landed hard punches to the face, sending one another flying back at high speeds. 17 smashed into the ground while Piccolo crashed into the sea at the edge of the island. 17 recovered quickly and flew above where Piccolo fell into the ocean. This guy was nothing to us a few days ago, where did he get all this power in such a short period of time? I didn't even expect Goku to be this strong. Thought 17 as he waited for the Namek to emerge. The usual tactics won't work here. Perhaps I should take a page from his book, thought Piccolo as he plotted out his next move from beneath the surface. His android opponent soon became impatient waiting for him to emerge. Fine. If you won't come out on your own, then I'll make you, declared 17. The raven-haired android lifted both his arms towards the water and fired an energy ball from each hand. As the two attacks reached the surface, Piccolo suddenly emerged and deflected them back toward 17. The android dodged both attacks easily, but the distraction provided enough time for Piccolo to get inside his guard and land a few punches. 17 quickly recovered and engaged the Namek in hand-to-hand combat. The duo exchanged blows at a furious pace, with neither dealing any serious damage until 17 landed a vicious right hook that staggered Piccolo. Piccolo cracked his neck as he regained his bearings before making a beckoning motion toward 17. So eager for more? Let's see if you can keep up, gloated 17 as he charged towards Piccolo. As he moved, he failed to notice the energy ball that shot forward out of the water from behind him until the last second. As the attack rocketed towards him, he continued his charge at Piccolo before super speeding out of the way at the last second, forcing the attack to detonate on its creator. As the smoke cleared from the blast, 17 stared down upon the battered form of Piccolo, holding a hand over a bleeding wound on his chest. "A cheap trick like that won't cut it against me," proclaimed 17. "Who said that was the trick?" Piccolo's voice rang out from behind him. The Piccolo standing in front of him smirked before phasing out of existence. 17 turned to face the real Piccolo hovering behind him with a fully loaded special beam cannon at point-blank range. "Looks like I can keep up." "Special beam cannon fire," roared Piccolo. "No," screamed 17 as the blast made a direct hit, triggering a huge explosion. High upon the lookout, Gohan sat in meditation monitoring Piccolo's fight alongside his father and Naruto. After pestering him for a while, Goku convinced Naruto to undergo the training in the hyperbolic time chamber on the premise that while he might not reach his full potential, any gains he made could make the difference. Gohan's eyes suddenly snapped open from his meditation. "You guys feel that?" "Yeah, Piccolo's power took a huge spike," replied Goku. "Maybe he was able to take down one of the androids," suggested Gohan. "Let's not get too ahead of ourselves," said Goku. "Yeah, there's no way they can go down this easily. When we fought before they toyed with us, we had no idea how deep their power really runs," added Naruto. As the smoke cleared from the explosion, it revealed a completely unharmed 17, shocking Piccolo. "Impossible. There is no way you could have outrun that blast," yelled Piccolo. "We androids have an energy barrier we create that can withstand the strongest energy attacks." "I must admit, that was quite the maneuver you pulled off. Even scared me for a minute," answered 17. "Just great, that was supposed to be the finishing move. I used up a huge portion of my energy," thought Piccolo as he growled in frustration. 17 sped after Piccolo, aiming a kick at his face, only to pass through an after image. Piccolo reappeared behind him, striking down with an elbow that 17 blocked. The android followed his block with a spinning kick, only for Piccolo to grab his leg, spin and throw him headfirst into a cliff. As he stared down the cliff face, Piccolo suddenly leaned to the left, dodging a punch from 17. He turned and grabbed the outstretched appendage before hammering away at 17 with his free arm. His reach gave him a momentary advantage before 17 grabbed his arm and delivered a powerful headbutt that staggered both fighters. As the two fighters paused to regroup, a cackling laughter rang out that sent a chill down Piccolo's spine. The two fighters and two observers all turned to face the form of Cell standing on the peak of a nearby cliff. "Well done, Piccolo. Thanks to your efforts, my perfection is at hand," declared Cell as he cackled with glee. "Damn it. I thought I had more time. Merging with these two will make him unstoppable," roared Piccolo. "What the hell is that thing?" exclaimed 17. The glimmer of hope flashed through Piccolo's eyes. "They don't know. Ah, after so long it's as if I recognize them even though I've never seen them before. Android 17 and 18, and what's this one more? He bears the red ribbon insignia and must be an older, less efficient model," stated Cell. He braced himself before roaring as he powered up to his maximum. "Such a terrible power. What a monster, you killed all those innocent people," yelled Piccolo. "They should be honored to have become a part of me." Cell cackled with glee as he completed his power-up. At the Kame house a short distance away everything shook under the stress on Cell's power. What a horrible power. I've never felt anything so evil before, said Master Roshi. I can't stand sitting here on the sidelines. We've got to be able to do something, exclaimed Tien. You must have faith in Piccolo right now. Going there will only get you killed, replied Master Roshi. It's only a matter of time. Once Goku and the guys finish their training, Cell and those androids won't stand a chance, added Krillin. This is getting really bad really quick. Cell's power is much greater than it was before, exclaimed Gohan. All those innocent people growled at Goku. Naruto had a different perspective. If this plays out like I think it should, Piccolo just gained 3 new allies. I just hope their power can match Cell. What do you mean? Asked Gohan. The androids are free-spirited, letting themselves get absorbed by Cell is not something they would do, Naruto replied. He's right, especially since Cell is following Jiro's plan and orders. They will fight back, added Goku. The only problem is that if he gets one of them, his power may jump too high for the rest to fight back, stated Naruto. Whoever you are, we were just in the middle of something and you're interrupting. So if you don't mind starting with 17. Oh, where are my manners? Sorry to bother you, but I just have a small matter to take care of. Then I'll be out of your way, replied Cell with a hungry look in his eye as he raised his tail into the air. Android 17, so amazingly efficient, and Android 18, poetry in motion, we shall all be united as one. 17. He came here to destroy you, and 18. Get out of here, shouted Piccolo. Yeah right. 17's reply was cut off as he was forced to dodge a strike of Cell's tail as the creature appeared in front of him. After narrowly dodging another stabbing, 17 countered with his own assault of punches and kicks that Cell easily blocked. Cell then backhanded 17 away from him, sending the raven-haired warrior skidding along the ground. As Cell marched towards his downed prey, Piccolo intervened with a heavy punch that sent Cell flying. You're not going to be absorbing any androids on my watch, declared Piccolo. Absorb? Questioned 18. This creature's name is Cell, another creation of Dr. Jiro. He seeks to absorb the 2 of you into his being to complete his evolution, stated Piccolo. Cell rose to his feet, shaking off Piccolo's attack as if it was nothing. Join me, brother and sister, and we can realize the great doctor's dream of the perfect warrior. We 3 are merely pieces to the puzzle, together we'll be invincible. 18 waved him away dismissively, no thanks. 17 landed next. Piccolo frowning at Cell, looks like that old fool just didn't know when to quit. 1 upgrade is all I need, this is who I am. You don't have a choice in the matter, replied Cell. Let's see if you can back that up, retorted 17. 16 had other thoughts. 17. I would not recommend doing battle against this creature. The risk is far too high. Escape is the best option for both of you. I will stay with Piccolo to buy you some time. 17 snorted in disgust. I'm through letting that old fool push me around. I'm ending his last chance at controlling us once and for all. 17 charged at Cell, missing with both a punch and kick that Cell dodged smoothly. Cell brought his elbow down into 17's back, sending him to the ground. Piccolo attempted a kick from Cell's blind spot only to be blocked. He followed with a combination of punches and kicks, only to be stonewalled by Cell at every turn. The sharp kick from Cell's left leg sent Namek skidding along the ground. You should have minded your own business, Piccolo, stated Cell as he marched towards the downed Namek. Just as Cell reached him, Piccolo suddenly rolled over and jumped backwards away from Cell, creating some distance between the two. This is it, I've got to stop him here. You can do this, Piccolo thought to himself. He brought his palms together in front of his chest, powering up as he breathed heavily. A wide aura sprung up around him and he grunted while powering up his attack. Cell continued to march forward towards him with no hesitation. As 17 staggered to his feet, he sensed Piccolo's power spiking. He took off out of the area to dodge the incoming attack. You're done, Cell, yelled Piccolo as he unleashed a massive blast of energy. Mikausen. The light grenade attack made a direct hit, triggering a huge explosion that destroyed half the island. Wow, I think Piccolo did it, stated 18 in slight awe. What a bizarre creature that thing was, added 17. As the smoke cleared, 18 marveled at the destruction caused by Piccolo's blast. Brilliant. What an attack. 16 interrupted their brief astonishment. Don't be fooled. 18 looked at him confused. Huh? It's not over, he's not dead, replied 16. 17 noticed the look of horror on Piccolo's face. What is it? What's the matter, Piccolo? He asked. It's him. Cell, roared Piccolo with a hint of fear. 17 stared at the water in shock as Cell slowly emerged from the sea before hovering and landing on the ground in front of Piccolo. Well, Piccolo? Are you playing games? Mocked Cell. Piccolo gritted his teeth. Run, 17 now. Almost faster than anyone could see, Cell landed a powerful punch on Piccolo's jaw, downing Namek. All too easy, Piccolo, stated the chuckling Cell as he picked up Namek by the throat. I could absorb you, Piccolo, but I have what I need for your being in my cell structure already. You are of no value to me anymore, simply refuse. Goodbye. Cell lifted his arm and fired a blast right through Piccolo's gut. Piccolo screamed in pain before his body collapsed in Cell's arms. Cell turned and threw the Namek into the ocean. "No, it can't be," exclaimed Gohan in disbelief. "Damn it," yelled Naruto as he punched the ground. "Piccolo, no guys, we've lost him," stammered Goku. "Ami, not again," uttered Mr. Popo with tears in his eyes. Gohan trembled with anger and powered up to Super Saiyan. "I can't wait around anymore," he yelled as he charged out of the lookout. "No, Gohan, wait," yelled Goku as he grabbed him from behind. Gohan shrugged him off. "If you won't do anything, I will. Piccolo wouldn't sit by and watch us die." The young Saiyan flew off towards the side of the lookout, only to be blocked by his father, also in Super Saiyan form. "No. Gohan, we must stick with the plan. If you go now, Piccolo's sacrifice will be for nothing. I know it hurts, son, but we have to play to win," pleaded Goku. "You guys may not be able to do anything, but I can," declared Naruto. The blonde gave the father-son duo a look of resolution before suddenly vanishing from the lookout. That look startled both Saiyans for a moment. Goku clenched his fists in frustration. Damn it. After finally convincing him to go through with the training, he just runs off like that. Where did his head go? I just hope he doesn't do anything too risky. Gohan shook his head. "I don't know, Dad, with that look he just gave us I think that's exactly what he plans to do." Cell let out a sigh of pleasure as he started moving toward 17. For some reason destroying Piccolo was especially satisfying. Now back to business. 17, if you would be so kind. 17's eyes narrowed as he shifted into a defensive posture. "Tell me, 17, does this feel familiar to you, as if you've been here before?" questioned Cell. "It should, this is your destiny. I make my own destiny, same as before that creep got his hands on us. I am no one's tool," proclaimed 17. The two warriors charged forward at each other at high speeds. 17 tried to tackle Cell, but he dodged at the last second and grabbed 17 by the ankle with his tail and slammed him into the ground. He held him up in the air with his tail again and proceeded to use him as a punching bag. "I take no pleasure in humiliating you like this. Just submit to me," commanded Cell. "I submit to no one," yelled 17 as he lurched forward and grabbed Cell's tail before rolling and slamming the creature into the ground, freeing himself in the process. 17 stood bent over at the waist and panting heavily. The damage Cell delivered was taking its toll. He looked up to see Cell looming over him, smirking. "Look at yourself, you can barely stand. You are only delaying the inevitable," said Cell. "Perhaps we should escape, 16. Stated 18 as she looked upon her brother's losing battle. "Yes, you and 17 should escape. I will stay here. Cell is seeking to unite with you, so you two must flee," suggested 16. "Stay here? What are you going to do here?" she questioned. "I will kill Cell. The Earth is a nice place and Cell wishes to destroy it. I cannot let that happen," he stated as he marched towards the battle. "Stop, 16. You'll get yourself killed," she called out. He continued marching forward, not looking back. Living in fear is not living at all. "I enjoyed our time together, I hope this is not the end of it." Cell now had 17 pinned down and his tail hovering over him. He looked down upon him with barely restrained glee. "I have you now," he gloated as his tail expanded into a large funnel, only to be sent flying courtesy of a fist from Android 16. 16. "How did you free me?" asked a shocked 17. "I used one of my hard punches," replied the redeeted android. "So, it seems you're not so old-fashioned after all." "Interesting," murmured Cell. "I cannot allow your ambition to be reached. I will stop you here and now," declared 16. Cell dismissed his proclamation. "You are going to stop me? You must be malfunctioning." 17 thought he fried a circuit. "How could you possibly stop him, 16? Can't you sense his power?" "According to my calculations, my power and his are exactly the same," replied 16. "Be the same as a piece of junk like you?" uttered Cell in disbelief. 16 suddenly reappeared in front of Cell, launching a vicious assault of punches. Cell managed to block all of them. Cell lashed out with a kick that 16 blocked before grabbing his leg and throwing Cell high into the air. 16 flew after him and the two warriors briefly engaged in combat before separating. They stared one another down before charging each other and landed powerful punches to their faces simultaneously. As they each staggered backwards, Cell lashed out with his tail and stabbed 16 in the neck. "I have you now," gloated Cell until 16 reached up and grabbed his tail. "What? How can this be? I pierced the neural link in your neck. Not in my design," declared 16 as he removed the tail from his neck and swung the creature around several times before slamming him into the ground. He sped down after Cell smashing into the creature's stomach with a vicious elbow. 16 leaped up into the air and pounded Cell's face with his feet, repeatedly creating a huge crater in the ground. 16 showed Cell no mercy in his relentless assault, landing blow after blow on the monstrous creature. He halted his assault and leaped back to the edge of the crater, placing his arms under his hands, removing them and revealing blasters. Hell flash. The attack lit up the area with its huge explosion. Well, that takes care of him. Stated 17, shielding himself from debris. He wasn't bluffing about being as strong as Cell, added 18. 16 heard them and turned to the duo and yelled, "What are you two doing? You must flee from here at once." That attack was not enough to destroy Cell. You worry too much. It's obvious you are far superior to that thing, and with us at your side, nothing will stand in our way. Proclaimed 17. Really? A voice rang out from behind him. Get out of there, 17. He's behind you. Yelled 18. He turned back in shock to face the green monstrosity that had burrowed from underground to get the drop on him. 17 struggled mightily as the tail started to close down over him. Cell suddenly sensed an attack from his blind spot and leaned backwards to dodge a yellow slicing energy disc shaped like a Fma shuriken. As he turned to face his new attacker, he missed a second energy disc in the shadow of the first, which sliced off his tail and prevented 17's absorption. A red flash of light then collided with Cell, sending him flying. The red aura surrounding him faded away, revealing a transformed Naruto. "Never thought I'd be saving you of all people," commented a smirking Naruto offhandedly as he stared at the downed form of Cell. The completely stunned 17 just stared at his savior in shock before shaking his head and adopting a smirk of his own. "If the circumstances were different, I'd bash your skull in." "Naruto is there. Come in, Krillin, let's go help him," declared Tien. "You can't go." "What about the plan?" demanded Master Roshi. "The plan will be useless if Cell gets his hands on the androids. Naruto has the right idea, it's up to us to help buy them some more time," replied Krillin. "It's the only way to win," added Tien. "Alright, be careful, boys. If it gets too dicey, get yourselves out of there," commanded Master Roshi as they took off towards the battlefield. "Then I guess we'll have to take out this mutant freak if we want to continue our little game," replied Naruto. "Of course I wouldn't have it any other way," responded a grinning 17. "Who the hell was that and how did he get the drop on me?" thought Cell. He roared as he regenerated his tail with a burst of energy. As he stared down the form of Naruto, he sensed his power level as intriguing but insignificant to him. "Another pest, now that you've revealed yourself you will be eliminated," stated Cell. "You're one to be talking about pests, anyone got a giant fly swatter handy?" retorted Naruto. "Ah, a cheeky one are you?" Suddenly Cell vanished from sight and reappeared in front of Naruto, lifting them off the ground by the throat. "I typically find that those with the loudest bark have the softest bite. You know what? Up close you're even uglier," gasped out Naruto as he struggled to break free. "Let's see who's laughing after I absorb you," cackled Cell as he pierced Naruto's chest with his stinger, only to be stunned as Naruto vanished in a puff of smoke. "Fool, do you really think I'd let you catch me that easily? I know everything about you, and you know nothing about me." Naruto's voice rang out to the east of Cell. The monster turned to face his new opponent. "I know, I've been waiting for you to come out of hiding. You're the unknown energy signature I detected in Ginger Town with Piccolo. How surprising it is for me to come across a fighter of your caliber who went completely undetected by Dr. Jiro. It looks like I'm entitled to a little fun before I complete my evolution," proclaimed Cell. Cell suddenly doubled over in pain as a first plant in his gut. The Naruto he was speaking to vanished in a puff of smoke. "You really started the Naruto that punched him. Don't understand," began another from behind him that kicked Cell high into the air. As he flies up he can face 3 more Narutos streaking towards him carrying a gigantic spiraling ball of energy. "But you're fucking with Omega Rasengan," the trio cried out as the attack nailed Cell head on. "I'm glad he's on our side this time," uttered 17 in awe. As the smoke cleared from the explosion, it revealed a bruised and battered Cell, with his right arm reduced to a stump. The beast breathed heavily as he looked himself over and realized the damage done to his body. The creature trembled with anger as he roared and regenerated his lost limb and his injuries with a burst of power. "There's no way you are stronger than me. How could that attack have possibly hurt me?" screamed Cell. "As long as I pack it with enough energy, the Rasengan can grind through anything. It doesn't matter how strong you are, you can't block it," thought a smirking Naruto. "You think I'm stupid? Why the hell would I give away the secret to my abilities? The only thing that matters is the gap in our strength is not so great that I can't kill you. Not bad for a pest, eh?" retorted the blonde. This retort only infuriated Cell even more. "Lies. All lies. I see what you're doing. Trying to distract me away from my goal. Not going to happen. I will have my perfection today and you can't stop me," granted Cell. "You're really stupid. I'm not exactly working alone here," responded Naruto. The powerful kick from Android 16 nailed Cell and sent him flying across the small island. With his focus solely on Naruto, he stopped paying attention to the androids. "Nice of you to join the party," greeted Naruto. Is it possible for you to create another one of those attacks powerful enough to destroy him? Asked 16. Yeah, but I doubt he will just sit back and let me create one. Responded Naruto. Then I will buy you some time. Stated 16. I didn't know you had a death wish, 16. Spoke Cell as he rose to his feet. Our fight may have been interrupted momentarily, but I am still fully capable of terminating you, Cell. Proclaimed the redeeted android. But these two in the way, I may expend too much energy defeating them, enabling 18 or 17 to defeat me afterward or escape. I need an opening through Cell. Even without our brother and sister, I am the most powerful being on this planet. Dispatching an outdated model and some young punk is well within my current capabilities. Too bad you two won't be around to witness my perfection, but take solace in the fact that the spilling of your blood made it all possible. Mocked Cell. Naruto started tuning the oversized bug out as soon as he spoke, in favor of making lewd gestures at 18. The android twins nearly burst out in laughter at the ridiculousness of his antics in the middle of a fight. He suddenly turned to Cell as he finished his speech while still grabbing his crotch. I'm sorry, did you say something? Insolent fool. I'll teach you some respect before you die. Roared Cell as he charged after Naruto. Your fight is with me. Declared 16, intercepting him with a kick that Cell dodged. The two creations of Dr. Jiro entered high-speed combat, the thunderous echoes and momentary flashes of their battle seen and heard all over the island. At the moment 16 engaged Cell, Naruto flew up high into the air and formed two clones. The two assisted him in creating a red Rasengan nearly the size of his body. I'll keep the Rasen Shuriken as a final trump card, stalling for time is the same as a win for me. Let's see how he stands up to this super explosive version. Thought Naruto as the attack neared completion. I'm not sure how this is possible, but 16 is winning. Stated 17 as they monitored the fight. 18 was much more skeptical, this doesn't make any sense. 16 threw everything he had at Cell before and it didn't even leave a scratch. Maybe he was toying with him before. Suggested 17. This is 16 we're talking about, he's not the type to mess around. Cells must be up to something. Responded 18. 17 chuckled and waved his hand at her, dismissing her concerns entirely. You worry too much, there is no way we lose this fight. He's outnumbered and outgunned. Right as the words left his mouth 16 landed a vicious roundhouse kick to Cell's face, sending the creature slamming into the base of the cliff, causing a rock formation to collapse on top of him. 16 hovered over where Cell was buried waiting for him to emerge. See, I told you sis. We've got this fool on the ropes. Gloated 17. You should have run while you had the chance. Rang out Cell's voice from underground. The ground beneath 17 suddenly caved in and he fell below the surface. In a last-ditch effort, 18 attempted to grab his arms and pull him back up, but it was too late. No. You can't do this. Yelled 17. Soon the form of Cell rose above ground, the bulge in his tail already at the base, close and completing the absorption of 17. Incredible. It's finally here. Exclaimed the monster as the bulge merged inside of his body. A furious wind picked up as the ground shook under the power unleashed by the initiation of the transformation. You monster. Screamed 18 in outrage. This is far worse than I ever imagined, murmured 16 as his sensors took in the readings. Get out of the fucking way. Screamed Naruto as he fired his attack at the transforming Cell. 16 dashed towards 18, grabbed the blonde and flew way high into the sky for cover. Take this asshole. Atomic Rasengan. Roared Naruto. As the red ball of energy collided with Cell, it suddenly expanded to nearly quadruple its previous diameter. Hatsu? Whispered Naruto as a massive explosion shook the island. Naruto shook his head as he surveyed his handiwork. I really need to stop hanging around with the doc so much. Atomic. I can do better than that. A short ways away, the backlash of energy from the explosion nearly knocked Tien and Krillin out of the sky as the duo approached the island. What the hell is he trying to do? Blow up the whole planet? Exclaimed Krillin. If Cell gets his hands on those androids, that will be the least of our concerns. Come on. Yelled Tien as they resumed their journey to the battlefield. Where the hell was he hiding all that power? That attack was incredible. Uttered a shocked 18 as she and 16 surveyed the damage from up in the sky. The look of utter horror suddenly spread across 16's face. Impossible. I can still sense Cell's energy. And it's still growing. The smoke around the detonation area cleared to reveal a cackling Cell, surrounded by a purple dome of energy that shielded him from the attack. Parts of his green body glowed bright white while pulsing with power. The white light soon engulfed his entire body, and the power backlash from the transformation knocked everyone back a few feet. Up on the lookout, Goku bangs his fist against a wall. Damn it, he almost had him with that one. I could feel it, that attack would have done it for sure. Added Gohan. This is bad, Cell's power is still growing. Stated a worried Goku. If this is all happening from absorbing one android, what will happen when he gets the other? Questioned Gohan. I don't know, son. I just hope Naruto has something else up his sleeve. replied Goku. High above the island, Krillin and Tien arrived, witnessing the completion of Cell's transformation. The white light engulfing the android died down, revealing his new form that was now bulkier and more humanoid in his appearance. "We're too late. Cell's already gotten one of the androids," exclaimed a panicking Krillin. Tien had a more defiant outlook. "It's only one Krillin, we won't let him get to the other. A step closer to perfection, it feels so wonderful," confidently spoke Cell as he literally sparked with power. "His power has increased far beyond what I ever could have predicted. There is currently no being who can match him. He cannot obtain 18 or it will be the end of us all," thought 16. 18, if you would be so kind," stated Cell as he faced the female android and started floating towards her. 18 runs. "I will buy you some time," proclaimed 16 as he charged the new Cell and delivered a hard right hook to his face. However, the punch did no damage. To 16 it was as if he hit an impenetrable wall. Cell grabbed his outstretched fist with his left before swinging around with an energy-charged right, nailing 16 in the head and sending him skidding back across the island. 18 quickly rushed over to her fallen friend, finding him badly damaged. "You won't be running, you will join me," declared Cell as he marched towards her. "You move another muscle and I'll detonate myself. Then you get nothing," threatened 18 as she placed her hand over her chest. "That won't be necessary, this is my fight now," declared Naruto, descending down and landing between them. "You?" Cell laughed at the ridiculousness of his challenge. "You could barely keep up before, now you are a tiny insect compared to me. Who said I was using my true power? You're not the only one who can take it up a notch," countered Naruto. This intrigued Cell. "Really? Then let's see what you've been hiding. Show me your true power so I can crush it." "You asked for it, don't start bitching after I put you in the ground," retorted Naruto. A clone appeared on each side of Naruto. The one on the right immediately started preparing for Sage mode, while the other and the original tapped into different sources of power. "Heikin!" shouted the original Naruto as his power level spiked and continued rising as he pulled more and more power out of the technique. "Heiman! Kai! Kickman! Kai! Seiman! Kai! Shmon! Kai!" roared the other clone as it unleashed a torrent of energy from opening the gates. "Is this all? You're still not close to my level," stated a confident Cell, not even marginally impressed by the power being unleashed. "We're not done yet," the trio of clones declared as the third rose to its feet, already in Sage mode. As the three Narutos stood together, thunder echoed across the sky and lightning struck from the heavens. The waves crashing into the island became more turbulent as nature sensed the magnitude of the impending merge of power. Dark clouds formed overhead and the light rain began to drizzle. As Naruto completed his power-up in the Kaioken, a nagging voice in the back of his head warned him not to attempt what he was about to do. He soon recognized this voice as King Kai. "Naruto, you must stop. When you attempted to combine only two of these powers last time, it was too unstable. You can't possibly do all three," commanded King Kai. "Don't worry, last time I didn't try it using the clone method," replied Naruto telepathically before closing his mind off. "You should have attacked while you had the chance," called out the original as the two clones suddenly dispelled. Cell watched only mildly interested until Naruto suddenly roared while becoming engulfed in a bright flash of green light and his power exploded. The backlash nearly knocked the creature off its feet as he brought up his arm to shield himself. "Incredible," stammered Cell in awe. "How could I not have sensed this? Holding back this much power should be impossible," thought 16 as he staggered to his feet with the aid of 18. "Where was he hiding all this power? When we Friday did something like this?" exclaimed 18. Up above, Krillin and Tien braced themselves under the onslaught of Naruto's energy. "What the hell is Naruto doing? I think the whole earth is shaking. If he doesn't stop, he's going to destroy us all," yelled Krillin. "This power. It's so strong and chaotic. I hope he's alright down there," exclaimed Tien. Up on the lookout, Goku nearly fell over in shock when the explosive wave of power reached his senses. "Oh man, when he said he was holding back, I never expected this. How in the world did he do this?" questioned Goku. "His power is still going up. No way Cell stands a chance against him now," exclaimed Gohan in excitement. "Let's not get too excited, son, the fight hasn't even started yet," replied Goku, not to mention that he said there was a huge risk in using this power. "For such an incredible amount of strength, I am almost afraid to ask what the cost is." After getting shut out by Naruto, King Kai now turned to his other pupil to put a stop to ongoing events. "Goku, you must stop Naruto. This power he's using can't be controlled, it's unstable," interrupted King Kai telepathically. "I don't know, King Kai. He's doing a pretty good job of it right now," replied Goku. "His body won't hold up. He fuses together the along with two other techniques that pushed the body far beyond its limitations. He tried it before using only two of them, but the result was far too unstable. The backlash from the chaotic nature of combining all three powers on top of his normal transformation could destroy the planet," advised King Kai. It's a little late for that now, we must have faith in him. Right now he's our only hope to prevent Cell from capturing the other android," stated Goku. As the flash of light died down, it revealed a vastly different Naruto. Red lighting crackled around his body that was now bathed in a green aura that slowly died down. The muscle mass all over his body increased slightly, his skin gained a pink tinge, his nails regressed back to normal length, and his hair became an even darker shade of blonde with a few silver streaks. His piercing eyes became the most distinctive feature, a combination of both Sage Mode and the slitted eye of his demon form, leaving a cross shape in his pupil. The rain on the island had picked up and was now accompanied by howling winds. Cell stared upon this new being before him with both amazement and excitement. Incredible. What luck to find a worthy test for my new powers, thought Cell. He's holding his energy back to be dead even right now, but I can sense his power is far beyond that of Cell's. 16. We may have a shot at surviving all this. After all, 18 couldn't believe what she was seeing. Whereas before he had this exotic animal quality to him, now he appeared to be some sort of god descended down from heaven. Not to mention that his power was overwhelming. In typical Naruto fashion, he promptly ruined that image by opening his mouth. "I know I look completely awesome right now, and you probably want to jump my bones, but if you don't pick up 16 and haul your cute little ass out of here, I'll eat you. And not in a good way." She blushed from embarrassment, anger, and little excitement before leveling him with a glare. "Freakin' perv," she lifted 16 over her shoulder. "Let's get out of here, big guy. That goes for you two morons as well. You'll only get in the way," commanded Naruto, the previously playful tone now gone. "You heard the man, Tien. Let's get out of here," stammered a nervous Krillin. "Fine, but let's not go too far away. I don't trust Cell to try and pull something," said Tien as they moved away from the island, leaving the two warriors in a classic stare down. As the winds continued to howl with the thunder echoing in the background, a smirk formed on Naruto's face. "I'm surprised you let them get away." Cell could barely contain the excitement in his voice as he responded, "Now that you've finally come out of hiding, I couldn't pass up this opportunity to test my strength. There is still no way you could possibly be more powerful than me, which means I will deal with Android 18 soon enough. My first order of business is proving once and for all who the superior warrior on this planet is." "Really? It's your funeral." "Ha, I've got it. Free shot. Right here. Come on," challenged Naruto, making a beckoning motion. "Still the fool to the end, eh? You will pay for your insolence," roared Cell as he charged Naruto and landed a nasty right hook to his face. Cell grinned at landing such a powerful blow, only for the smirk to be wiped off his face as he realized his punch barely turned Naruto's head to the side. "My granny hits harder than you. Here, let me show you what a real punch feels like." Naruto quickly landed a right jab to Cell's gut, doubling the oversized insect over in pain. He followed with a left cross that sent the android plowing into the ground below. After lying still for a few moments, Cell rolled over and jumped to his feet. With a mighty roar, he charged Naruto, unleashing a furious assault of punches and kicks. He quickly became frustrated when Naruto dodged every blow. "Fight me, you coward," roared Cell as one of his punches sailed past Naruto's head. A golden aura surrounded Cell as he picked up the intensity of his blows, which were now blocked by Naruto at every turn. Soon Cell found every kick and punch he threw mirrored by Naruto, nullifying his attacks. After meeting fist to fist on vicious right-handed punches, the warriors separated. The infuriated Cell stared into cross-shaped pupils of Naruto, before soon calming himself and chuckling as he descended to the ground with Naruto following him. "I must admit, you're very good with those antics, but those parlor tricks won't cut it anymore," stated a now confident Cell. Naruto raised an eyebrow at this. "Is that right? You should be honored, boy, for you will be the first to see my true power. Too bad it will be the last thing you will ever see," roared Cell as he brought his arms down in front of his body and powered up. Rocks rose into the air as the ground shook violently, and Cell's roars echoed around the island. A few islands away, Krillin and Tien halted in their retreat. "Looks like Cell is up to his old tricks again," said Krillin. "Then we stop here. The androids headed in this direction when they left. If Naruto falls, we buy them some more time," replied Tien. "About time he started taking this seriously," thought Naruto as Cell completed his power-up. A confident grin formed across Cell's face. "Ah ha ha. It looks like I've made you speechless. Now do you understand how futile your efforts were from the beginning?" gloated Cell. "You're the one who doesn't get it. It doesn't matter how much power you have, your strength is nothing. I will destroy you," stated Naruto. "Fool. I am the greatest in the universe," yelled Cell as he super sped behind Naruto, catching him off guard with a kick to the back. He followed with an elbow to the gut only to pass through an after image. Naruto reappeared behind Cell and grabbed him by the tail, spun and threw him straight up into the air. Naruto reappeared high in the sky above the incoming Cell. He launched himself forward toward Cell while spinning like a high-speed drill. Jet reverse lotus. He landed a bone-shattering punch that sent Cell rocketing back to ground, burying him at the bottom of a humongous crater. True power, huh? Doesn't seem like much to me. Mocked Naruto as he lowered himself towards the ground. The bruised and beaten Cell emerged from the pit crawling on his hands and knees. As he reached the edge, he attempted to reach his feet only to stumble over again. As he finally reached his feet, he looked up to find Naruto staring him down with those same cross-shaped eyes that seemed to bore through him like he was nothing. "You're a monster. You're not a Saiyan, you're not human, what are you?" demanded Cell. "You really want to know?" questioned Naruto as he started marching towards Cell, picking up speed with a small pocket of wind coating his right fist. Cell started stumbling backwards in fear as Naruto approached him. "I am the most feared assassin in the universe. The ninja of the case, Naruto Uzumaki," roared the blonde as he struck with a powerful fist that went right through Cell's chest and out his back. Blood dripped from his hand and he removed it from Cell's body. "Figures an abomination like you wouldn't have a heart." Cell screamed in pain as he coughed up blood before collapsing onto the ground face first. Atop the lookout, those monitoring the battle felt another brief moment of celebration. Shortly after his ascension to his current form, Naruto sensed a faint pulse of Piccolo's energy signature. Normally he wouldn't have felt it, but in his new Sage form, his sensory abilities were of the chart, surpassing normal Sage mode by leaps and bounds. He secretly sends a clone out to aid the fallen warrior, who risked it all to stop Cell's evolution. The Namekian had definitely seen better days, but by some miracle he was still alive. Piccolo used a portion of his dwindling energy to heal as much of his wound as possible in order to survive long enough for someone to find him. Cell was none the wiser to Naruto's side of his recent victim, and the clone carefully flew Piccolo to the lookout seeking the beans. Goku, Gohan, and Mr. Popo rejoiced at the sight of the clone carrying Piccolo, and Goku quickly fed the fallen warrior a bean after the clone placed Piccolo on the ground and dispelled. After swallowing the bean, the Namek's eyes suddenly shot open as the jolt of revitalization hit him. He quickly stood up and cracked his neck before stretching out his arms, working out the various other kinks in his body. After quickly replacing his outfit with a burst of energy, Piccolo extended his senses out to observe the current battle along with his companions. The typically stoic Namek quickly became shocked at how the battle between Naruto and Cell was unfolding. When at first taking survey of the situation, Piccolo gathered that Naruto could possibly stall for enough time that Vegeta and Trunks could finish their training and prevent Cell from becoming complete. The concept of Naruto defeating Cell outright never entered his mind until now. "Alright," yelled Goku as he sensed a massive drop in Cell's energy signature. "He's got a shot to finish him off. It's almost too good to be true, the scales have tipped in our favor," added Gohan. Piccolo scowled in response to their enthusiasm, sure there was a chance for victory now, but it was still far too early to tell. "Don't get too excited, it's not over until Cell's energy signature has completely vanished," gruffly replied Piccolo, trying to temper their excitement. Goku retained his optimism despite Piccolo's worries. "Lighten up, Piccolo. I bet Naruto's preparing to finish off Cell as we speak." Suddenly Piccolo sensed a massive energy signature close to the battle that just seemed to explode onto the scene out of nowhere. "What is that power?" roared the Namek. On the battlefield, the three clones surrounding Naruto vanished as he put the finishing touches on a Rasen Shuriken. His last blow to Cell knocked the android out of commission momentarily, and Naruto took the opportunity to prepare his ultimate Rasengan technique to finish off the android menace permanently. As the blonde warrior hovered high in the sky, the familiar bell-like screech of his original technique echoed throughout the area as the collapsed Cell struggled to regain consciousness. "The only shame is that you got your disgusting claws on 17 before I could put you down for good. 16, 17, and 18 aren't really evil, but I can't say the same for you," stated Naruto as he brought his arm back to throw the Rasen Shuriken. Just as he started to bring his arm forward, he sensed a flood of energy overshadowing an attack coming from behind him. Believing it to be a new enemy, he threw the Rasen Shuriken right at the incoming energy blast. It cut right through the attack, nullifying it before making a beeline directly to the new arrival. At the last second, Naruto recognized the attacker to be Vegeta and guided the attack away from the Saiyan Prince high into the sky where it dissipated harmlessly. Vegeta hovered in the air staring him down with a cocky grin. He almost looked like an entirely new person in his new Super Saiyan form with the bulky muscles and slightly paler hair. "What the fuck are you doing? Do you have a death wish?" roared Naruto, irritated by the distraction. "Dying from a pathetic attack like that? Not a chance," retorted Vegeta, his tone as arrogant as ever. Naruto frowned in response, sensing something off about Vegeta's arrival. He quickly pushed his concerns to the back of his mind and focused back on the task at hand. "Whatever you were planning on doing, you're too late. Cell is already beaten, I'm taking him down now," stated Naruto, turning his back to Vegeta. Another blast from Vegeta forced him to dodge and face the Saiyan Prince once again. Vegeta now possessed a look of annoyance on his face. At first Naruto was slightly irritated by Vegeta's interference, but now he was starting to get pissed off. What the hell is your problem? If you didn't notice, I'm trying to kill this bastard before he gets back up. Vegeta snorted in disgust at his response. That pathetic excuse for a warrior is none of my concern. Your fight is with me now, declared Vegeta. Naruto couldn't believe the words that just came out of his mouth. Are you insane? Insane? No, I'm Super Vegeta, proclaimed the Saiyan Prince as he took the opportunity to release the few remaining restraints on his power. Back on the lookout, Goku picked up on the energy Piccolo was sensing. Incredible. Who is that? He exclaimed. I can't believe it. It's Vegeta, yelled an equally amazed Piccolo. His power. It's almost unreal. Gohan stared at them in confusion. What are you talking about? Vegeta and Trunks haven't come out yet. Their time should be up right about now. Namek disagreed. That energy is definitely Vegeta's. It's different and far more powerful than before, but it's definitely him. Goku scratched his chin deep in thought. He agreed with Piccolo that the energy signature was Vegeta's, but this brought up another set of questions about his actions. Piccolo is right, that definitely is Vegeta, but what is he doing? Knowing him, I'd figure he'd stay in the time chamber as long as possible. Then he'd march right up to me and gloat about how I now wouldn't be able to surpass him in power. Then what did he do? Slip out while we were caught up in monitoring the fight? Questioned Gohan. Goku shrugged. He probably didn't want us bothering him about the secrets he discovered in training, that or he rushed off to the battle. There is still no way he would have missed out gloating to his rival about his new power, unless he's found a new target. Piccolo suddenly growled and clenched his fists before roaring in outrage. That arrogant pig-headed son of bitch. Naruto's power overshadows Cell's right now. Vegeta is going to challenge him in the middle of his fight with Cell, roared Piccolo. Goku shook his head, waving off Piccolo's proclamation. Sure, Vegeta is a bit of a loose cannon, but he's not that crazy. Gohan sighed in exasperation. I don't know, Dad. It wouldn't surprise me if he really hasn't changed at all, still only looking out for himself. Not one bit, grumbled Piccolo while nodding in agreement with his pupil. As the trio contemplated what to do in response to Vegeta, Mr. Popo guided Trunks as he emerged from within the hyperbolic time chamber. They all could immediately feel the difference in the young warrior from his training. With his taller frame and rugged yet calm visage, he looked the part of an epic hero ready for war. Hey, thanks for letting us go first. What'd I miss? Questioned the purple-haired half-Saiyan as he strode towards them. Just as the words left his mouth, Bulma arrived on the lookout with his younger counterpart in tow. She quickly exited her jet car before rushing over to the adult version of her son. Trunks. Vegeta said you'd be done right about now. Look at you. You've become taller and even more handsome. Oh, just look at your hair, exclaimed Bulma as she fused over the older version of her son. Well, it has been a year for me, Mom, replied Trunks, embarrassed at the attention and now contending with his younger self trying to pull his hair out. Oh, look at your clothes. Lucky for you, I brought some of the Saiyan armor replicas I made. Your father already took one, so that leaves 3, said Bulma. Vegeta was a capsule corporation. How long has he been out? Questioned Gohan. I figured he'd head straight for the fight. Bulma gained a sour expression, and her voice adapted a tone that promised pure torture light in the future for the Saiyan Prince. Yeah, that bastard came storming in the house about an hour ago. Nearly wrecked my lab getting to one of the new armors before stuffing his ugly mug with food and taking off again. Jerk didn't even say thank you. That makes sense, he'd want a good meal to make sure he's in perfect condition to fight, added Goku, causing everyone else to sweat drop, and Bulma gave him a look that guaranteed a date between his head and a frying pan in the near future. He's been out for an hour, so that leaves one question. Why would Vegeta end his training nearly 2 weeks early? Piccolo asked Trunks. Well, we didn't need the whole year to figure out the training. It's hard to explain, but you'll see for yourself when you go in. After his power level just about plateaued, he spent a lot of time working on techniques. He finished and left. I stayed to continue raising my power as far as I could, replied Trunks. Didn't he tell you anything about what he was doing? Asked his irate mother. Trunks then adopted a scowl on his face as he did his best impersonation of his father. I train alone. Piccolo snorted while Bulma, Goku, Baby Trunks, and Gohan roared with laughter. Enough clowning around. You two need to get started with your training, and Trunks needs to head to the battlefield. If Vegeta is going to occupy Naruto, you'll have to track down Cell and eliminate him before he gets to the other android, ordered Piccolo. Sounds good to me, replied Trunks with a look of determination. The trio of Saiyans quickly slipped into their new gear, and as Trunks prepared to take off, Goku handed him the remaining few beans. Just in case, advised the older Saiyan. Thanks, Goku. Good luck, called out Trunks as he blasted off from the lookout. Alright, training, here we come, declared Gohan as he marched inwards towards the chamber, only to be halted by the growl of Goku's stomach. Hey, you got anything to eat, Mr. Popo? Asked Goku as everyone's sweat dropped again. On the battlefield the situation was much more serious as Naruto continued to stare at Vegeta like he grew a second head. The onslaught of energy from Vegeta releasing the restraints on his power didn't register as much as his words and actions. I gotta ask the question again, are you insane? I'm about to finish off the biggest threat to the planet and you want to let him go in some ass-backwards attempt to play hero? Questioned an incredulous Naruto. Isn't it obvious that weakling can be crushed at any time? Cell's power is pathetic, so I'm taking you on instead. Responded Vegeta as if his decision was perfectly logical. There's no time for your stupid games. I am killing this asshole now so he can't get his hands on 18 and become complete. Stated Naruto with a tone of finality. Vegeta had other ideas. No, you will fight me here and now. I don't care if Cell absorbs another android, let the beast lick his wounds. After I'm done with you, he's next. Then I'll destroy whatever is left of those androids to take my rightful place as the most powerful being alive. Don't you get it? If Cell becomes complete, it could mean the end of everything you hold dear. Your friends and family. Think about the sacrifices your son has made to come and give us this opportunity to prevent that horrible future. Don't go and piss it all away. Admonished Naruto. That foolish boy and stupid women are none of my concern. I am a warrior, the only thing that matters is proving once and for all that I am the greatest fighter in the universe. Retorted Vegeta as he started to become angered by Naruto questioning his actions. Naruto's expression quickly shifted from disbelief to grim acceptance. You're no better than Cell, murmured the frustrated blonde, I'm still on my own here. I'll need something to get him off me long enough to finish the job on Cell. For him to have come this far in his search for power, it's obvious my cells are those most dominant in him. Responded Vegeta as if it was something to be proud of. Naruto shook his head in disgust, whatever respect he previously had for Vegeta was erased by that statement. Naruto suddenly adopted a carefree expression, scratching his hair with one hand and his back with the other. How did you get the jump on me anyway? Questioned Naruto casually. With your new power I should have sensed your presence much sooner. After all the times that fool Cell vanished from our senses, I figured it might be a worthwhile ability to have while being transformed. Responded Vegeta. Genius in fighting, complete moron at everything else in life. Well. What are you waiting for? Do it. Show me whatever little power you gained so I can get on with my day. I have more pressing business to take care of. Taunted Naruto. Vegeta trembled with fury at the insults. Little power. Fool. The only business you have is being a punching bag for the greatest power in nearly 1,000 years. Vegeta charged at Naruto, determined to show the blonde exactly who was dealing with. Vegeta was quickly on him, delivering a powerful uppercut to his chin. Vegeta grinned at the success of his initial assault until the body on his fist vanished in a puff of smoke. The look of surprise on his face was almost priceless as the real Naruto emerged from the smoke, thrusting a spiraling ball of energy into his chest. Rasengan. The attack connected and propelled Vegeta down, while drilling him into the ground at a sharp angle before exploding and burying him under tons of rubble. That should shut him up for a little while. Asshole, grumbled Naruto before he then turned his attention back to Cell and cursed in frustration as he saw that Cell had regenerated his wounds and was moments away from regaining full consciousness. Damn it. I'm almost out of time. Naruto quickly formed another set of clones to prepare another Rasen Shuriken, packing in as much power as he possibly could. Deep underground Vegeta seethed with fury. The pinnacle of Saiyan power falling to such a cheap trick. I'm going to pulverize him. Roared the mind of the Saiyan prince as he broke free from the earth piled on top of him. Instead of blasting his way out in an explosion show of power, Vegeta discreetly dug through the rubble so as to not give away his position. Realizing that the attack was nothing more than a diversion to buy time, Vegeta decided to spoil his plan. One good surprise deserves another. Murmured the Saiyan prince as his face settled into a smirk, noticing that Naruto's attention was completely away from him. He bent to the side while holding the back of his hands parallel to each other, with his arms coated in a purple kai. Right as Naruto completed his attack and his clones dispelled, Vegeta launched his Gallic gun. Yes. Thought Vegeta as he released the attack with Naruto still completely unaware. And my hunch about not having to do the transformation saving me a lot of energy was right as well. That didn't take anything from my reserves. In his rush to attack before Cell regained his bearings, Naruto lost focus on his surroundings. As the clones dispelled and he moved in to finish off the monstrous android, his mistake of losing focus proved costly as Vegeta's blast caught him completely off guard, slamming into the side of him. He lost control of his Rasen Shuriken before being carried across the sky by the purple blast of energy. The beam attack was not strong enough to damage him, but it surprised him so much that he was pushed back a long distance before he was able to move off the beam. As he regained his senses, Naruto immediately noticed that Cell's energy signal had vanished, signifying the android escaped to pursue 16 and 18. Even with his new senses, his chance at killing the beast was gone. His thoughts quickly turned to Vegeta's idiocy, causing Naruto to nearly lose it as his body shook from head to toe in fury. Naruto roared in rage as his green aura flared around him, steam rising off his skin as he rocketed back towards the island. Vegeta hovered in the air patiently as he waited for him to approach. "One good trick deserves another, how's the taste of my Gallic gun, fool?" taunted Vegeta. Expecting Naruto to halt and try to talk him down again, Vegeta was unable to block when Naruto never slowed and rammed into his chest, head first like a human spear. As Vegeta shot towards the ground at an angle, Naruto super sped ahead of him and roundhouse kicked him in the gut straight up into the air. As he flew upwards from the hit, Naruto reappeared above Vegeta, slamming an elbow straight into his back. Blood squirted from Vegeta's mouth as his body bent back awkwardly around Naruto's bent arm. The Ascended Sage's aura flared violently as he moved to grab Vegeta's leg before spinning around in a circle rapidly. After throwing the prince out towards the sea, Naruto proceeded to play pinball with Vegeta's body for a few moments before overhead slamming him down into the ocean. He followed up with a lengthy volley of rapid-fire energy blasts detonated beneath the surface of the water, sending huge waves crashing into the island and launching pillars of seawater towards the sky. Even after taking out some of his frustrations, the anger still had not left Naruto. "You fucking idiot. I had him. The fight was fucking over. Until you came in and destroyed everything," ran Naruto to the seas below. Soon Vegeta emerged from beneath the waters grinning from ear to ear. He had a few scratches and bruises, along with his armor being dinged up a bit, but overall he was undamaged. "Yes, that's the spirit. Give it everything you have. This is the fight I've been waiting for," cackled the Saiyan prince with glee. This demeanor only made Naruto even more incensed, his rage fueling, and as he unleashed another hand-to-hand assault on Vegeta, keeping the Saiyan on his heels. The things Krillin was sensing from the battle area didn't make any sense to him. "I don't get it." Cell's power suddenly dropped off the map, but now Naruto is battling someone even stronger than Cell. "We better do something, Naruto's energy is starting to drop," advised a concerned Tien. "Are you nuts? If Naruto's having trouble, we don't stand a chance," ran Krillin. "We may not be able to fight, but the least we can do is provide a distraction to help get him out of there if need be," replied Tien. "Oh man. Maybe Cell somehow got the other android already and that's why we don't recognize this new power," suggested Krillin. "I don't feel like Cell at all though. Plus we know for sure that the androids went in the direction behind us. It's familiar, yet different and completely radical. Not knowing what's going on is driving me crazy. Let's go," exclaimed as his aura flared around him before he took off towards the fight with Krillin right behind him. Down below them, Cell's head emerged from beneath the sea, grinning from ear to ear. "Fools, now I know I'm at least traveling in the right direction. Thank you Vegeta, soon perfection will be mine." Vegeta connected with a punch only to find himself destroying a huge rock as Naruto vanished in a puff of smoke. Naruto hammered the Ultra Super Saiyan with a spinning kick to the side of the neck. Vegeta rolled with a blow as Naruto followed it with a right jab, deflecting the punch and hammering Naruto in the gut with a strong right. Naruto shrugged off the blow to deck Vegeta across the face with his left. The two fighters separated with blood dripping down from their mouths onto their chins. Vegeta wiped his arm across his face to clear away the blood while Naruto did the same. "What the fuck is going on here? I should be pounding him into the ground," thought Naruto in frustration. While Vegeta was stronger than Cell, Naruto sensed that he was still stronger than Vegeta when the Saiyan first unleashed his full power. "It seems this is his limit. While my power is staying strong, he has been slipping. Since his anger has been clouding his senses, he probably hasn't noticed anything was wrong until now," thought Vegeta. "Let's take it up a notch," declared Vegeta in a confident tone as he charged forward with a right-handed hook. Naruto moved to block only for Vegeta to avoid and nail him in the solar plexus. He followed with a spinning kick that nailed Naruto in the chin. Naruto tried to roll into a spinning kick of his own, but missed as Vegeta dodged. The Saiyan prince moved in and nailed Naruto in the face with a right cross, before flipping upside down and vertically kicking down on his right shoulder. Vegeta then reappeared in front of Naruto, punching him in the chin before blasting him with two large energy blasts from each hand. The attacks knocked Naruto backwards before exploding. Vegeta hovered in the air with his arms crossed in front of his chest, eagerly awaiting the results of his handiwork. As the smoke cleared, it was evident that the blast had done some damage. Physically, Naruto looked like he'd been pretty good and his energy level dropped significantly. "Having a hard time keeping up? Too bad, because I don't intend to keep taking it so easy on you," mocked Vegeta. "Damn it, my lack of control in this form is costing me. I expended a lot of power on Cell and on those two wasted Rasen shurikens. No matter, I'll just have to dig a little deeper and push through. He's not reliable enough to do what needs to be done." Though Naruto has reached deep down into his reserves for a spark of energy before re-engaging Vegeta at close range, the blonde sage landed a punch before backflipping into a double kick to Vegeta's chest. Naruto continued his assault, landing various blows. However, the short burst of energy soon wore out. Vegeta regained control of the fight, landing blow after blow of his own and blocking or dodging those of Naruto's easily. Realizing he was running out of his own power, he decided to outsource. He disengaged and crouched into a stance as if to power up, but instead of the usual flaring aura signifying a power up, a strange glow emitted from beneath his headband. What is he up to and what is under there? Pondered and intrigued Vegeta. Fists of the mortal flame, announced Naruto as his fists became engulfed in a red fire. He immediately resumed his assault on Vegeta, who was momentarily surprised by the increase in speed and power of Naruto's hand-to-hand combat skills. This enabled him to get in a few hits before Vegeta adjusted. The usefulness of the technique proved to be as short-lived as his previous burst of power, since his own energy output continued to drop. As he sensed Vegeta regaining control of the battle, Naruto tried to pull more power out of the flame technique, which served dire consequences as his body became paralyzed momentarily as he was struck with excruciating pain from head to toe. Vegeta capitalized on his misfortune by landing a power axe kick that sent him crashing straight down into the ground. "You will receive no mercy from me," declared a frowning Vegeta. He realized the problem the moment Naruto froze up in the middle of the fight. Naruto's body could no longer sustain the strain of his power. It's the reason why his energy started dropping in the first place. "No," moaned Naruto as he realized he was losing control of the transformation while staggered to his feet. He tried to summon more power again, but the same paralyzing pain returned full force and caused him to collapse. His body and features quickly regressed back to his normal form, while the blonde remained down on the ground barely conscious as he continued to suffer from excruciating pain. "You should know your place now. After I'm through with Cell and the androids, Kakarot will get his as well. Thanks for the warm-up, but like all good things, this must come to an end." His diatribe was interrupted by the arrival of Tien and Krillin. The duo immediately rushed over to the fallen Naruto. "He's still alive," stated Tien as he checked him over. "Vegeta, what have you done?" roared Krillin in an accusing tone. "Fools, this is merely my first step to glory. I don't have time to play games with you. There's an overgrown android to find," proclaimed Vegeta as he took off across the sky. "After all this time, he's still the same bastard. Taking out one of his own men," grumbled Krillin. Tien remained focused on the task at hand. "We don't have time to worry about him. We'll have to proceed as if he's the enemy. You take Naruto to get fixed up, I'll go back to see what I can help with." If Vegeta is out of the time chamber, that means Trunks is as well. Hopefully he's nearby to help take care of business since we can't count on Vegeta. Within the hyperbolic time chamber, Gohan progressed through a fierce physical workout while Goku calmly meditated a short distance away. "Gohan, I need your help for a second," called out Goku, causing his son to pause in his workout. "What's up, Dad?" asked Gohan. "I want to test out something new. Just watch me power up," replied Goku. "Alright, let's see it," stated a curious Gohan. Goku braced himself and started powering up. His energy output was tremendous, nearly knocking Gohan backwards as his muscles bulged and expanded beyond their normal size. His flowing golden hair paled in color and became slightly more rigid. "This is the first level, but I can take it even further," Goku roared as he powered up even more, and his aura flared outward as his muscles expanded to ridiculous proportions. "So what do you think? The more you power up, the bulkier your muscles get. At your full power, it's going to be really hard to move," stated Gohan. "It's just as I thought. We'll be better off training and gaining more power as normal Super Saiyans than relying on these forms." Goku released the transformation, reverting to his base form. Not to mention the powering up uses up a lot of energy. "So, the key to beating Cell may not lie in a new form, but mastering the one we already have," asserted Gohan. "That's right. I want us to get to the point where being a Super Saiyan is completely natural. We'll start by trying to maintain the transformation for a full day and work from there," stated Goku. "Got it," replied Gohan. "What the hell happened here?" questioned Trunks as he hovered high in the sky. He'd felt the clash between Naruto and his father, but seeing the destruction wrought by the two fighters was something else. He quickly snapped out of his shock and reached for a bean as he eyed Krillin hovering over Naruto's downed form. "Trunks. Man, I am glad to see you," exclaimed Krillin. "Krillin. Catch," yelled Trunks as he tossed the bean before flying down to them. Krillin caught the bean and quickly fed it to Naruto. The blonde chewed it slowly before swallowing. Seconds later, his eyes shot open and he jumped to his feet as the burst of revitalization hit him full force. "Man, that was almost as bad as the time Iro Sennin chucked me into the hot springs," grumbled Naruto as he checked himself over before finding his headband had slipped off. He grabbed and quickly slipped it back on. "That's weird, you still have that huge cut on your forehead even after using the bean," observed Krillin. Naruto dismissed his concern quickly as he retired his orange headband. "Don't worry about it, it's not open. It's an old scar," Good to see you're alright. Vegeta really did a number on you. Commented Krillin. It wasn't Vegeta. That new power I tapped into, my body couldn't hold up under the strain. It also burned through my reserve energy way too quickly. I would have been better off fighting with less power and trying to wear him down. Replied Naruto as he stretched out his limbs. Father probably has become overconfident from defeating you. He'll underestimate Cell and the androids when he goes to face them. Stated a concerned Trunks. Krillin snorted. He had that overconfidence problem well before this battle. I was a fool, getting caught up and trying to overpower him with physical force. Vegeta's nothing more than a rabid dog. I should have retreated and let him turn his sights on Cell. Still, there needs to be some retribution for not being a team player. Said Naruto before turning to Trunks. Trunks, do you have any more beans? Yeah, I've got 2 more, why? Replied Trunks. That fight with me did burn up some of his reserves. He's assuming that Cell is no threat to him regardless, but it shouldn't hurt to have the buffoon at full strength. I'm going to teleport you close to Cell's location. It won't be exact, but it should be close enough that you'll find him. After that I'll have Vegeta to track your power after giving him a bean. Naruto stood perfectly still as he shut his eyes, and a few seconds later when he reopened them, they were in the form of his new Sage mode. What's up with your eyes? Questioned Trunks. I'll tell you about it later. I've got a location, grab on. The duo grabbed onto the blonde, and the 3 vanished from the area, reappearing in mid-air above the water border of 3 small islands. Is this it? Questioned Krillin as he scanned around, not seeing anything out of the ordinary. I said it wouldn't be exact, but he's lurking around here somewhere. Replied Naruto. Here, said Trunks as he handed him the bean. Naruto gave them a wave before vanishing. He's really something. Even after Vegeta screwed us over, he's putting the task at hand first and still willing to work with the guy. Commented Krillin. Yeah, he's almost being too nice, never mind that I've got to focus on Cell. Thought Trunks had begun his search. Naruto vanished and suddenly reappeared in the medical bay of Capsule Corporation, next to the regeneration chambers. No, where did I leave that scroll, murmured Naruto as he searched through some of the cabinets. Thanks to a storage seal on his right bicep, a storage scroll had made the journey with Naruto across dimensions. Its contents included various odds and ends he picked up over the years that he thought might come in handy somewhere down the line. He'd left it here with Dr. Briefs to see if some of the old poisons and medical concoctions could be reproduced. He found the scroll in the back of a cabinet. He retrieved a kit with several small pouches containing fine powder from the scroll. He grabbed the one he was looking for and emptied it into a Capsule Corporation water bottle, before then crushing the bean Trunks gave him and dumping that inside as well. He filled it with water before shaking it up to mix in the contents before vanishing once again. Vegeta flew through the air at a slow speed, scanning his surroundings for any trace of Cell or the androids. His progress halted when Naruto materialized a short distance in front of him. Yo ass face. Yelled a waving Naruto. Returned for another beating. Too bad, I don't have time for you. Retorted Vegeta. Naruto flipped him off before chucking the water bottle at him. What's this? Questioned Vegeta as he caught it with a raised eyebrow. We're out of beans. Bulma's came up with a synthetic version you mix with water. I don't want to hear any bullshit about our fight being nothing, you should be at full strength to face Cell. This doesn't change anything between us, my goal right now is the elimination of Cell. Stated Naruto in a no-nonsense manner. About time that damn woman did something useful. Vegeta grumbled before drinking it down. At least it tastes better than those insufferable beans. It seems before I left Trunks was able to lock in on a faint trace of Cell's energy. Naruto added in a casual manner. Then take me to them immediately. Demanded the Saiyan prince. Yes. Ass face saluted Naruto. I don't have time for your clown games. Growled Vegeta as Naruto grabbed him by the shoulder and they vanished and reappeared in the middle of nowhere above a random island. Well, where the hell are they? Demanded Vegeta. Somewhere on the other side of the planet. If you leave now, you'll make it there in time to see Trunks celebrate his victory. Later. Naruto blew a raspberry at him before vanishing. Damn you. You'll pay for this, brat. I'll teach you a lesson you won't forget. Roared Vegeta as he blasted off across the sky trying to lock on to Trunks' energy signature. Moments later Naruto reappeared in the spot he just left. He'll be in for quite the surprise once he reaches the battle and tries to interfere. The best chance to eliminate Cell is for Trunks to fight, since Vegeta can't be trusted. Now time to go see what we're up against. Thought Naruto before he vanished again. Currently 16 and 18 were hiding out on one of the islands several miles from where they left Naruto in his battle with Cell. The fighting has stopped, we should start moving again. Stated 16. Yeah, but we can't tell who won. Cell could be finished. Replied 18. 16 frowned in frustration. If my scanners were still functioning properly, I'd be able to tell you if he was dead or is using his cloaking technique once again. 18 wave off his concerns, someone will make themselves known sooner or later, besides it's not like we have a place to go. A second battle after Cell vanished worries me, what is going on out there? Though 16 as he stared wistfully into the clouds. Cell descended down from the skies, using the island for cover as he extended his senses. How did these fools get onto my trail so quickly? Said Cell as he sensed Trunks and Krillin's powers nearby. I won't be able to hunt down Android 18 and deal with these fools at the same time. He then sensed Tien move into the area, joining Trunks and Krillin with their search. Perhaps, I can use them to draw out 18. The androids must be in this area. As soon as I get my hands on her everything else becomes trivial. Said Cell as he flew up into the air and raised his power level. 18. I know you're out here. Come out or I'll blast you out. After receiving no response, Cell let loose a volley of energy blasts, destroying some nearby islands. You can't hide forever. What the hell is he doing? Exclaimed 18. If one of those blasts manages to destroy me, he can't absorb me. Those blasts are precisely strong enough to destroy everything they hit except you. Informed 16. Great, now we're stuck. If we try to move now, he'll find us. Stated 18 with a hint of frustration in her voice. Still I sense those other fighters nearby as well. Why would Cell alert them to his presence? Thought a puzzled 16. The moment Cell raised his power level, Trunks was all over it. It's him, let's go. Commanded Trunks. Hold on. Nothing has changed since he fought Naruto. Why would he leave himself open like this? Questioned Tien. You're right. We could be walking into a trap. Advised Krillin. If he set a trap, it's for the androids not for us. I'll take care of Cell and if he baits the androids into showing up, you two get them as far away as possible. Ordered Trunks before the trio blasted across the skies. The re-emergence of Cell's energy signature puzzled Piccolo as he monitored things from the lookout. What is Cell doing? Drawing attention to himself right now doesn't make any sense. What is he up to? Pondered Piccolo. What's going on down there? Questioned Bulma as she rocked baby Trunks in her arms. It seems Vegeta hasn't managed to screw us over entirely. Cell's shown himself and he hasn't obtained the other android. Answered Piccolo. Who needs Vegeta? My son is going to bash the monster. Exclaimed Bulma. Cried baby Trunks in agreement. Maybe, murmured Piccolo. But things rarely turn out that easy for us. I fear the worst is yet to come. This battle will more than likely rest on the shoulders of the other father-son duo. And Dr. Briefs took another sip of his cappuccino before taking a look at the computer again. Fascinating. You know, high-definition Bang Bros would be awesome on that monitor, said Naruto as he peered over his shoulder at the monitor. Yes, it would. The doc suddenly gained a far-off look in his eye before suddenly regaining his senses with a huge blush on his face. Naruto. Well, with the battle I wasn't expecting, honey. I've got the popcorn. Mrs. Brief stuck her head through the door and frowned in disappointment at the sight of Naruto. Oh darn. We've got company. I'll start the movie without you in the living room. Well, what can I do for my boy? Asked Dr. Briefs. I need you to run some simulations based on Dr. Jiro's data. Stated Naruto. What of? Asked Dr. Briefs. I want to know what would happen if Cell becomes complete. Replied Naruto. The doc suddenly went pale. Oh boy, let's hope it doesn't come to that. It's that bad, see for yourself. By the time the trio of Trunks, Krillin, and Tien reached Cell's location, he'd managed to wipe out every nearby island except for one. Excellent. This last island must be where they are hiding. Now I just need these fools to do the rest of my work for me. Thought Cell as he turned to face the incoming party. Trunks arrived first, staring him down as the other gave them some space. Trunks could barely contain his rage as he transformed into a Super Saiyan with a yell. Cell, your days of terrorizing the Earth are over. You've not only ruined the Earth in your own time, but are trying to destroy this one as well. Trunks' aura flared as his power continued to rise, and his muscles bulged while he ascended even further. I won't let that happen, foolish boy. I've destroyed you once before and I can do it again. Mocked Cell. Everything I've gone through has pointed to this one moment. All the trials and tribulations I faced in my own timeline, it's almost destiny that I face a creature who destroyed another future to save this one. A lot of people have sacrificed so I could make it this far, I won't let them down. Trunks vanished from his position and reappeared in front of Cell, hammering the android in the face with a strong right hook. He followed with a spinning kick nailing Cell in the chest before grabbing the hulking android menace by his tail and slamming him into the ground. Cell slowly returned to his feet with a slight increase in his breathing, but otherwise no worse for wear. It will take more than that to defeat me, young Trunks. Stated Cell calmly. Trunks snorted, don't kid yourself, you could barely keep up. Is that so? Cell suddenly vanished and reappeared in front of Trunks, aiming a left-handed jab, only for his fist to be caught by Trunks at the last second. So he was holding back, good thing I was too. Thought Trunks as he raised his power even higher. That's it boy, focus only on me. Thought Cell as he swung his right fist around, only for it to be caught as well. The two entered a power struggle trying to push one another back, with Trunks starting to push the massive beast back with ease. Cell released from the grapple and tried to sweep kick the Super Saiyan. Trunks leaped over the attack and fired an energy blast that Cell rolled out of the way from. The green android backflipped into the air trying to kick Trunks again, only for him to block easily before grabbing the leg and slamming him into the ground once more. The intense hand-to-hand combat raged onward with the impact of their blows echoing throughout the area. The Trunks Delighty remained in full control of the battle, outmaneuvering the android at every turn. This fight? How is it possible? That kid wasn't anywhere close to my level, and now he's picking apart Cell like it's nothing. Exclaimed 18. Cell has still yet to reveal his full power. Stated 16. Even so, I doubt he'd be stronger than this guy. Look at him go. She replied. With the duo focusing completely on the fight, they did not notice the shadow approaching them until the person sneaking up was right on top of them. You're right, that's why I've come for you. Roared the voice of Cell. The android pair looked up and found the hungry gaze of Cell with his tail striking down to capture 18. Damn him. He's used the multiform technique. With the addition of 17, he could fight at close to full power while still allowing his copy to roam free and search for us. Thought 16. Back off you creep. Screamed 18 as she grasped the edges of the tail's funnel over her head, struggling to find an escape. I won't let you. Roared 16 as he charged and knocked 18 out of harm's way. The sacrificial move saved 18, but Cell's expanded funnel tail ended up clamping down over 16 instead. 16. No. Cried out 18 as she watched her friend get sucked up. You fool. Exclaimed Cell in frustration. While 16 was certainly more powerful than 18, he had no idea whether absorbing the larger android would complete his evolution or not. How's this possible? The first jump was somewhat expected, but this is ridiculous. Yelled Naruto as he looked at the results of Cell's complete evolution. Yes, you see the first evolution has a linear increase in power, but once he becomes complete the increase is exponential. From what you've told me, his current strength levels are even greater than what Dr. Jiro anticipated. Stated Dr. Briefs. We've been going about this all wrong. The minute Cell showed up, we should put the androids under our protection. At the time Cell becoming complete seemed at worst a minor inconvenience, a stronger opponent but only one battle. Androids have turned out to really be a nuisance at worst, but Cell is possibly a threat to the entire space-time continuum. Finished Dr. Briefs. It's not too late is it? Surely you could find the last android and hide her away until Cell is destroyed. The grin formed on Naruto's face. Yes, and Cell's already done most of the work for me. Naruto extended his senses searching for the battle between Cell and Trunks as a reference point when he found multiple signatures for Cell around the area. Damn it. I might already be too late. He yelled before vanishing. Dr. Brief sighed before leaning over and pressing the intercom button. Looks like I'll have to sit this one out dear. The fate of the world could be at stake. He released the button and took a long sip of his cappuccino before returning to the computer and starting to type furiously. If that old fool can build warriors from scratch that are this powerful, there must be something I can do using his work to enhance the fighters we already have. As 18 looked upon the absorption of 16, she became unnerved by the look of barely restrained glee the Cell copy was giving her. What are you staring at, freak? Haven't you done enough already? Don't be so sad 18, you'll soon be joining him. The ominous voice of the Cell rang out from behind her. She turned to find another Cell looming over her, with his tail expanded. It always pays to have a contingency plan. Resigning herself to her fate, 18 shut her eyes. I've already escaped so many times. This is it however. Instead of the squeezing sensation of the tail clamping down on her, she was hit with a blow that sent her skidding across the ground. No. You stupid boy. Yelled the Cell copy as he watched his tail clamp down over Naruto instead of 18. With the tail down to his upper torso, Naruto struggled trying to free himself to no avail. At the last second his right suddenly glowed blue before he grabbed his stomach and his body suddenly went limp. The tail swallowed him whole, the lump of his entire body progressing into the core of Cell's body at the base of his tail. The Cell-absorbing android 16 also reached the same state and suddenly both bodies glowed white before merging back into one. The Cell-battling Trunks also glowed white before vanishing from his position and merging into what was now a giant ball of bright white light. The backlash of energy suddenly emitted from the light, knocking everyone in the vicinity back several feet. Still in shock, 18 could only watch in horror as Cell transformed as she aimlessly drifted back towards the trio of Z-fighters, unaware of anyone or anything else. What the hell is going on? Cell didn't get 18. How is he outputting this kind of power? Exclaimed Trunks. He couldn't understand it. One minute he had Cell right in his sights, the next the world seemed to have flipped upside down. Oh man. It looks like he got the big guy and someone else. Somebody appeared out of thin air and prevented 18 from being sucked in after the big one saved her the first time. The only problem is they got caught themselves. I saw him reappear up above everyone at first, before he vanished and saved her. Yelled Tien. Damn it. Cursed Krillin. That could have been Goku, Gohan, or Naruto. All choices are equally bad for Cell getting their power. What's the point of saving her if he gets just as strong without her? Trunks noticed 18 floating along in their direction. Hey. Who the hell did he absorb? Demanded Trunks. It was Naruto, she replied softly, still in shock at everything that was happening. Suddenly the roars of Cell's voice could be heard echoing throughout the clearing as the color of the energy shifted from white to green. Well, this, lady and gents, this the proverbial shit hitting the fan. Declared Krillin as he stared upon the pulsing mass of energy with disbelief. We can't even see his body, that green energy is acting like a barrier. Stated Tien. I say we try to destroy him before he completes his transformation. Between all of us, we should definitely be able to break through that barrier. Declared Trunks. We will do no such thing. They all turned to see the arrival of Vegeta on the scene. This is my battle, the ultimate challenge. Yeah right, you already look to be out of breath from just flying here. Thought Tien. Damn it. Father ignored him. If he gets in our way, I'll take him down. Now put everything you got into this. Commanded Trunks as he powered up. Thanks for watching my video, leave a like if you enjoyed my video and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time, till then sayonara.